Okay, so there's been a lot of information, a lot of tutorials over the past. I guess we're on day 4 now. So just looking at what we all somewhat accomplished this week and went over. We had over 130 registrants. Over the course of the 3 prior days here, we had 128 unique attendees total. So we've had 15 talks, 10 tutorials. It's definitely been great seeing this engagement. Now, going forward, the recordings will be made available online, and we'll email out all the attendees once they are available. Our plan right now is to get them on ARM's YouTube channel, but if that doesn't for some reason work out, we'll let you know exactly where to go to get all this. Mac's has been working on parsing these out so the videos will be by topic and presentation to help make it a little bit easier to navigate, and go look for specific topics to follow up on. The tutorials and presentations, they're going to be available on this ARM Notebooks GitHub repository. So we'll be working with all the presenters after the meeting here to get their presentations up here as well. Eventually, we will be moving this Open Science Workshop folder under the tutorials folder. So right now it's been somewhat at the top level of this repo, but we'll move it a little bit later on, just so we can keep with the folder structure there. So please keep that in mind when you go and look for these tutorials and information, the presentations. Additionally, we will be putting together a workshop report in the coming month or two for ARM, DOE, ASR to review based off of everything that was discussed here and some of the outcomes. For any of these tools and projects that were presented, if you liked it, please go star them on GitHub. That's one of the ways we can see and gauge the interest in these repositories. So definitely go click that star button on GitHub and show them that you care or that you like their repo. So now looking ahead, and I'm going to do some polls here, so hopefully this works out. Now, really want to see if there's interest in future tutorial sessions. So I'm going to put up a live poll here to see if, for anything we covered today, if you have interest in learning more about it in the future here, or if there's other topics like Julia, Dask, Docker that you'd like tutorials on. For those that select other, please put in the chat what you'd want to what you'd actually want tutorials on, because that will definitely help us. So I'll leave this up for a minute here as people get their responses in. I do see that what we did provide did not work for you. So maybe Max, that's something with printing out a specific missing value. If you'd want to take a look at that, that would be great. So okay, we currently have 13 responses in so far. Again, if you selected other, please let us know what you'd be interested in. But just so far the lead is just the basic Python ecosystem and all the different libraries that are available almost. So and the Jupyter Hub resources. So definitely keep those coming in. We'll take this information as we plan how we want to proceed after this. Now, I am going to put up another poll here in a second. So this we'll give that a second. I'll close the poll out and get the launch the other one here. So you should see a new poll coming up. So I just want to see if there's interest in having code sprints or hackathons focused on any of the following. And I do apologize that that poll did not come out correctly. It was supposed to be a multiple choice. So I'll see if I can get a new one here going. So please disregard this one for now. I'll close that one out quick and then try and get a new one up for hackathons and code sprints. And please just bear with me for a second here. Okay, so this next one should be a multiple choice. So, you know, and what this would be, you know, getting a group of people together that's interested to work on some specific topics, you know, for PyArt, for ACT, you know, get together, work with ARM data and just, you know, see what we can do with it. Again, if you select other, you know, please put in the chat what you think would be valuable. So it does look like there is, looking at the comments, there is some interest in AI or machine learning operations as well. So it does seem like there is some interest. You can always close out the poll if you don't have any interest there. But again, this will all help us you know, plan for future events here as well. And you know, really look into this group here, whether you want to put it in the chat or raise your hand and voice your opinion. Are there certain topics here that we missed that would be good to focus on? And I will say the Teams poll doesn't allow for text feedback, so definitely put it in the chat if there's something, or raise your hand, like I said, if there's something you think we've missed that you would like to hear about more. We saw machine learning, AI might be a good one. There was a workshop on machine learning and AI, I want to say a little over a year ago. That was held virtually. So if you have not seen that, please check it out. I do believe they have their recordings up on ARM's YouTube channel as well. So I'll close out that poll. If there's nothing on those topics, so looking forward here, and you know, again, I really would like to hear from those here. You know, we have 41 people. What do you think are some of the activities going forward? Of course, we're going to continue ARM open source education and outreach, you know, with our GitHub organizations, ACT, PyArt. We'll continue doing that. You know, one thing I took away is that we really need to engage and leverage, you know, what NASA is doing in their TOPS initiative as well, because there might be some good, you know, synergy between our groups going forward. So there's an idea here. It would be great to see packages for more instruments commonly used in ARM projects, like the one that was presented for SP2 and was really good. That's actually one of my line items here too as well. Determine, you know, what other instrument processing or as you know, other instrument packages, you know, could be open sourced and made available for the user community. The PySP2, that was a great example of our developer, software developer Bobby here, working with one of our ARM instrument mentors to really advance that and advance the ARM processing of the data. So, you know, we also saw that there's Project Pythia out there. That'll be a good resource for learning materials going forward as well. So, you know, developing a plan for how we engage and how we can contribute to that as well could be valuable. Are there others? What else? And please don't be shy here. And maybe you need time to think about it as well. You know, if you have thoughts that come up after the fact here, please let me know. You know, you can always email me directly, which I'll put in the chat here. But are there any other thoughts, even from our organizing committee as well, things that you took away that we might be able to have as activities going forward? You know, of course, we'll look at what we can do for future tutorial sessions, code sprints, hackathons. Ken had a good idea, a list of solutions to common data analysis when working with open source tools.
So Adam?
Gary, yeah.
So yeah, the last 3-4 days has been really, I guess, very impactful. And I'm thinking like how you can continue and provide this like in a more organized way. For example, like they can always reach out with you or anyone directly. But is there something we can open up like a Slack channel or something where if they have a question, they can always drop in there, get some immediate response from Max, you, or whoever, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we could always put together something so that, you know, not all of our users are going to have access to ARM's paid Slack channel that we use. So we could always develop, you know, an ask us topic, you know, that we could put on the arm.gov website as an option. So we could definitely do something like that. You know, one thing that I'm going to bring up here, and that was actually in the agenda as well, is, you know, we'll look to form a mailing list as well. Just to keep people informed. As Max noted here, you know, putting together some cookbooks, again, continuing with the outreach education on certain topics here. But yeah, I think, you know, maybe even at the PI meeting, if, you know, we can tag along with the data booth that the ADC normally runs, I think that would be valuable as well. So.
Absolutely, yeah. That's all given that we will do that.
Another idea here would be to take advantage of the ARM discourse forum. So discourse is the main thing the Pangeo community has used, but maybe it would be helpful to have sort of, I mean, we could have like a Python section of the forum. And that sort of thing, because it's really great for searching for previous solutions to issues, and yeah, it's been a really great, at least the discourse sort of method has been super helpful within the Pangeo community, and maybe that's something we could use here with the ARM ASR community.
Yep.
It's already set up.
Please do keep going. I just have to step over for a minute here, so.
You're good.
Yeah. So yeah, Max, Adam just pasted the discourse that we have at ARM, and I think like a couple of communities like Radar community, they are using this actively. Yeah, we can extend that, right?
Yeah, and I think, is anyone able to sign up for that? Or do you know if there's any restrictions for the discourse forum?
No, everyone should have access, but we'll need to set up some specific topics ahead of time. So I think, but everyone should have access to that. I believe you'll need to sign up for an account though that, well, actually, I think it uses the LDAP account now. So, or just your regular ARM account. So.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we want to have like a Python one or maybe open science, but possibly send that out to everyone after the fact, after this workshop and stuff.
Yeah.
So for Slack, I think you can add guests that have access to one channel and you don't have to pay for them.
Yep.
Correct. Yeah.
So we could do that for all of ARM's users, I guess, right? But that might be a lot to try and add.
Yeah.
Well, they can request to be added.
Okay.
We don't have to add everybody, but they can
Okay.
just request to be added. If you just forward the channel name, they can just request to be added.
Okay. Okay. We'll have to look at how we can do that then. But yeah, I did see creating open online courses with this content. It would be great to have an organized set of content focused on towards our community, and that really is a good idea. I don't know how we would interface with those other platforms like Coursera or
Udemy is another one.
what was that?
Udemy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, this is a possible area for collaboration too with the TOPS folks, because I know that they're planning on putting together like more of those targeted sort of courses, more structured courses, whereas at least with Project Pythia, it's more of sort of asynchronous material that you can kind of go through on your own. We could even put together some sort of ARM cookbooks and that sort of thing, which is something we've already been prototyping, as well as putting together different blog posts related to some of that. So yeah, the more examples, the better. But I like the idea of having a more sort of structured content too.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, Henry. I did want to kind of go back to Rick's comment here on ARM simulators. Is that thinking more of simulators based on the instrumentation in ARM, or on ARM processes, or all the above? As we saw with the EMC squared, we already have some simulators opened.
Well, I was thinking in general, ARM data, the universe of ARM data, but I guess it would be very instrument specific initially, but we need to go beyond individual instruments and try to simulate the ensemble of data that's available through ARM.
Yeah, that's a great idea. This was really good. Are there any others here? This was a good discussion. So if there's nothing else, just a couple items here. So the NCAR Python tutorial series, which hopefully you're able to click on these links. Since I uploaded the presentation to Teams, you should be able to click on these links. And Max, please tell me if I'm wrong.
They're clickable.
Okay, so you should be able to click on those links for that NCAR Python tutorial that's coming up later this month, starting out. So please do check that out. Additionally, this workshop survey, we will actually be sending it out in an email as well. But for those of you that can take the time, there is a survey about this workshop. And then additionally, also for those interested, that link there for the Open Science email list, we will work to get an email list set up in ARM that we can utilize going forward for future communications with this group. So here, I'll go. The NCAR link, I'll add that into the chat here as well. And then this forums link here, that was also in the calendar invite I sent you. So you should have access to that as well. So if there's really nothing else, just again, a big thank you to all the interest here, to the organizing committee, to the ARM Data Center group for enabling the tutorials and working through all the bugs with us, all the presenters and tutorial leads, and really to all the attendees we have. Again, this, with the amount of interest, it really was a lot more than we expected, and it really is exciting. So definitely looking forward to more activities in this area going forward.